post-match press conference. We are joined by the away team coach. Coach, if you may, just take us through the match, brief summary of the match.
Yeah. Thanks, Tandy, and thanks to the members of the media. We came here knowing very well that it wasn't going to be an easy game for us, playing against a team that has been doing very well so far. And we had to come up with a plan and obviously give them space, outside, rather than allowing them to come, in the middle, because they've got very dangerous players who are very, very good on the ball. And I think our plan worked very well. The guys went in there and executed the plan, perfectly. So, as you could see, we had two clear-cut chances that we could have, buried, but we couldn't. But I think before that, the clear-cut chance as well from a dead ball situation. They were just unfortunate not to bury that one. And it gave us hope, and we started slow, like we usually do, and it was a bit worrying factor for me. Tried to lift the boys up, and they responded positively. And second half, I think the game was equally balanced. There were times they did turns, and they also allow us, time here and there and space on the ball, and we nearly punished them, a couple of times, though it was not, clear-cut chances, but great movements from our transition game, and Mshini as well. I think he came to the party, gave us the balance we needed, because we needed someone who can still stay on the ball a little bit longer, and also connect with the front three at the right time. And Mshini did exactly that, though he ran out of steam towards the end of the game, and Ashley and Kama were cramping, so we had to take Ash first and bring in Soweto, with the hope that he'll give us more strength and power, going forward, and also create those 1v1s, and also, push Pirates to defend even more rather than allowing them to come with us. I think Soweto did very well when he came, though I believe he could have done much better. And we had to bring in other players as well, like Cole, to stabilize the midfield, because Yusuf has also ran out of steam. And Cole did very well, and he brought in Sitebe as well, who went in and injected some positive energy to the boys. And I think the plan worked for us, and credit must go to our guys, and Orlando Pirates as well. They did very well. Unfortunately, they were on the losing side.
Thank you. Before we open for questions for Coach Zwane, may I just remind members of the media to please keep your cell phones on silent mode. And if you have any questions, please, by show of hands, introduce yourself as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your question. We have roving mics. Please wait for the mic before you pose your question. Do we have any questions?
Coach directed from Leadership Times, Mshini's selection, like you mentioned, he came to the party. What convinced you in the week that he could start this game and finish it as well? And then secondly, that goal, just take us through the emotions of that goal, because it's obviously something out of nothing to win this game in such a spectacular fashion.
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think we prepared Mshini. Reason being, we knew that team was out, and team has given Pirates a very good balance in the middle, because he can fight for the ball, he can also play. So whoever that they were going to play between Makaringe or Goodman, was going to be to our advantage. And that is why we decided to bring in Mshini, because we knew that Mshini was going to be operating behind them. So that means they don't have, that strength in the middle. And yet when we defend, we will force them wide, more especially when they play Saling. On the left, we'll force them wide, because he's a left-footed player. and we force them to play those crosses because we don't have, tall guys except for Lipasa. And they also, surprised us when they started Lipasa, but it worked also, to our advantage because that means they were less, one man less in the midfield. So we packed the middle and then we knew that we're going to dominate now the middle and wait for the right moment, to attack, and it worked for us. And unfortunately, we couldn't take those chances that we created from those moments. But yeah, I think the boys, as I've said, alluded earlier on, they executed the plan very well. And then the goal was a special goal for us. Obviously, that was Yusuf, first derby, and first derby for me as a coach as well. And to win the derby, such a special goal like this, though it tells you about the tactical awareness of the player, because not many players will see that the keeper is off the line, and he took a chance and it benefited us in terms of getting a goal, and we've got the 3 points, and credit to him and the rest of the guys. I think they put in a very great shift.
Joseph from Sports. Congratulations, Coach. Does this in any way relieve the pressure from yourself and the players, from the fans that who've been saying, giving Zwane a few counts, he loses in 1, 2, 3 matches, management must fire him, all of those talks? And was this a 1-0 match?
No, not really, Rati, not really. I'll tell you why. I think as a club we've got a plan, and we know that some of the things will take some time, to get to where we want them to be, and we'll keep on grinding, we'll keep on working hard. I came into this game not even worried about my job, and also helping the players, to deal with the pressure. And for me, pressure is a privilege. I said it, pressure is a privilege. If I'm not privileged, then I wasn't going to be sitting here right now. There's many other coaches or people who want to be in my position right now. So that's a privilege. That means I'm going to have to deal with the pressure. And luckily for me, I'm used to pressure. As a player, I've played for both Pirates and Chiefs. I've played, so I understand pressure. I know what it means. And I understand even when our supporters are not happy. And the only thing that I have to do is to respond like we responded today.
Was the 1-0?
Yes, like I said, we're lucky not to score more than one today, but we'll take this one for the fact that also we're playing our way, and against the team that is losing confidence, a team that's going to play in the final next week, and deservedly so. So I think that grabbing 3 points today will also boost our boys' confidence going forward.
Coach, you spoke about the plan earlier on, and it appeared to me when I was watching the match that an integral part of your plan was to use Njabulo Blom just in front of your 2 centre halves, and behind Maart and Mshini, which was to try and identify the combinations of Erasmus and Salim. Is that what you had in mind? And if that's what you had in mind, the plan worked to perfection. I will happy about that. And also individually for you as a person, what does this mean to you as well?
Yeah, look, I'll start with me. Look, any coach will want to win any big game, as much as we want to win every game. But this will go a long way for me, personally, because I wanted to win it at all cost. Not only because of the pressure, or like I've always said, doesn't mean that after winning this game, the pressure, will go away. The pressure will always be there when you coach a team of Kaizer Chiefs caliber. And what was the other question? Njabulo Blom. We had to make sure that we don't allow them any space and time on the ball. And a player like Kermit, Kermit is He's a nippy player. He's very clever. He can see those moments. He's good on 1v1. He can shoot with both legs. So he's a dangerous striker. So I think having Lupasa gave us, better chance in the game rather than having another midfielder that will operate the pockets. So at some point, they were duplicating their runs the way, it was in our favor, where our guys dealt with that much better. So Njabulo was always there waiting for those moments, especially the second balls, or to put whoever that's going to receive the ball centrally, whether it's Lupasa or whether it's Kermit. So when we saw that it's Lupasa, that means we said, okay, that means they have two. Then Yusuf, you can push a little bit high up. Then now they're going to be forced that one of them will going to have to go and help them in defense. And they didn't do that. Then it allowed us enough space now to operate in the middle of the park.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
See you under the kickoff. In the game, 2 clear-cut chances, they fall to actually to Greece. Doesn't convert, but puts himself in a good position to create those chances. What do you make of his performances? And also notice when he came out, a lot of the players that you knew comforting him as well. How important is it for the team and for yourself to give him the support?
Apart from the chances that he missed, we had a good game. When we were defending, he was part of the team. He helped us. Like I said, the plan was to force Pirates, to go out wide, and we forced them, obviously, to play the ball there where we know we'll trap them. When we regain position, they're gonna have to obviously, deal with us, and we've got the speed and just to change the point of attack quickly. And though we did not do that quite often, but when you look at the way he performed, apart from the chances, I think he did fairly well. And unfortunately, he ran out of steam as well, and we had to, substitute him. But he did very well. And look, this is a game of mistakes. He's gonna get it right. I have no doubt about it. One day he'll score 3, we'll be happy. One day he'll score 2, we'll be happy. So at the moment, I think it's part of the game where we have to understand that all the chances that he gets is because he gets into right areas at the right time. Unfortunately, doesn't convert them, but next time he'll take them, and we'll all be happy. And I'm happy for him, especially with the performance. We'll fix the finishing as time goes on.
Me tell that coach was news. And coach, as a coach, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate today's performance for your boys? That's question number 1. Question 2, on the right flank, first half, there was action. The boys were playing very well. In most cases, they had Pirates defenders in 6 and 7. Like you said now, you had to come with the play. Was that one of the plans to attack from the right flank? Thank you.
Thank you. The first one was, the question was? Oh, okay. I think there's too many questions. Yeah, look, I think when you look at, in terms of executing, the plan, I think the guys did very well. Like I said, at some point it was a bit scrappy. We played like we didn't want to score a goal. Even Pirates, they always waited for that right moment, and we knew that they wanted to get the ball to Nda, and we knew what to expect when Nda had the ball. He's the only player that at the back can play a diagonal pass, a long diagonal pass, and with precision. And we were always waiting for that. And at the same time as well, waiting for those moments when they drop the ball in the middle, and then we become a little bit aggressive. And if you can see, we intercepted a lot of those kind of passes. And they actually played in our hands today when we did the proper profiling of them individually and collectively as a team. And even when they changed now to 4-4-2 after the captain went out because of the injury, we knew that Marco, he likes to go forward, and we said let him come, and then we'll get the space for Keegan And at some point, we even wanted to push Ashley to that space so that we can get to the goals even much quicker. But we said no, let Ashley be side, and keep. Obviously, he'll take two when he makes those runs, and that means we'll have two players free inside the box, and it nearly worked for us in terms of that. But there's room for improvement, and we're hoping that next time, obviously, we'll come up with a plan because it depends who you play against, and the plan for this game, I think, was well executed.
Final 3 questions. Starting with Tabo. Noted.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the win. How important is this win, Coach, stopping an Orlando Pirates team that is obviously on form, stopped Sundowns, the most dominant team in the league, and then you get 3 points against them? How important is this win as you try to fight for the league title? Thanks.
We still have a long way to go. I think this was our 13th game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. We still have 17 games, to play. So there's a lot to play for. So right now we'll take one game at a time. Beating Orlando Pirates doesn't mean we've already won the league. Or still have a lot of tough games ahead of us. But yes, it was important for us, because this is one game that when it takes place, everything comes to a standstill in South Africa, and that is why it was key for us to come here, more especially away, and get maximum points. And lucky for us, we managed to get those points and also perform very well, because it's never easy to play against Orlando Pirates with so much quality players and with a very good technical team as well. So they are not in the final by mistake. They are there because they played very well, they worked very hard, and there was a plan that worked for them. And unfortunately today it wasn't to be for them, and we managed to get maximum points playing against them. But sometimes when you pray, God will always answer.
Congratulations, Coach. We're from Newsroom Africa. As the first half, I'm sure a lot of knowledge sort of came in terms of like studying the game and studying Pirates, such a big spectacle. At halftime, what had you read from the first half, and what sort of gave you a sense that we could win this game? And what was sort of the message that you directly gave to the boys that could be sort of that winning play for your team?
Thanks for the question. I think from first half we knew that going to the halftime we had them. They had no space to breathe, and you could see they were now doubting themselves. So we had to wait for them to make any change, then react from there, because we needed to see what they wanted to do, and then counter that. But at the same time, make a change that we know that will also panic. So we had them first half. I think we were just unfortunate, like I said, not going into the halftime, maybe leading 2-1 or 2-0. When you look at the way the boys, the guys played, and you look at Pirates as well, they really wanted to win this game, and they are doing very well. But if you can suffocate a team of Pirates caliber with so much quality on the field, and make them, be ordinary on the day, it tells you that the plan, was well executed by the players. And yeah, we needed to just make sure that, we keep it simple, and don't put the boys, the guys under pressure as well, because we were on top of them. And again, if you can look, we started slow again second half. I think first 10 minutes, Pirates was now regaining their, confidence, and we had to give our guys, a bit of wake-up call to say, listen, we don't want to start chasing the game now. Let's take the game to them because we have them, and that's when, against the run of play, we managed to get that goal from Yusuf, and from there you could see that we can get the second goal at any given time from that moment.
Any takers in the final question? Going once, going twice, gone. think you will be back shortly with Orlando Pirates. Coach. Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Candice.